Okay, so what is up today? I'm going to show you guys how you can make an overlay for Knockout City for your hearts. It will look so clean if you want to do content creation, if you want to stream, if you just want to vibe with it, bro. It's going to look so clean. I'm going to go through every single details. You can do it, even if you're brand new to making photo editing, stuff like this. And let's get to it.
Subscribe to ArcoWells.
Now I'm using Critter. This is what I use for my thumbnails. Obviously the site will be linked down below if you want to download it. It's free, which is why I use it. That's why I don't use Photoshop, because I'm stingy. I can't be able to pay for it, but it will work fine in Photoshop. You just kind of got to copy what I'm doing. So obviously we want 1080 by 720. This is just like the aspect ratio that all PCs use. 300 ppi just kind of means decent quality in terms of the pixels. We want to unlock this background over here, and then we're literally just going to remove the layer because we just want our transparency. We want transparency on the back. We then want to get a screenshot of the game, so we know where our hearts are. We're going to get a screenshot. Any screenshot is fine. The hearts are not going to move. We can make it match the background. So now it's fully doing it. You see this tool right here. In case you are using Critter, this tool over here. This is what you use to make it smaller and bigger. It's simple as that. Now what we're going to do is, personally, it's not necessary, but we're just going to remove all of the space we don't need, just so it's less confusing. We're going to go, we don't need to go like right up to the line, just so we can focus a bit more on what we need to do. So now we have this down here. What we're going to do, we're going to create a new layer, because now we're going to draw on one of the hearts. Actually, there's a few different ways you can do this. The methods, or like which one you do first, doesn't really matter. So what we're going to do, we're going to go to black. We're going to make sure we're on this. This is not black, never mind. I mean, really, the colour doesn't matter. The colour scheme is up to you, but we are going to choose black for the hearts. Just because we can, and yeah, I know I prefer black for the hearts. It just makes it look somewhat clean. Obviously, if black's just not in your colour scheme, you don't have to use it. But what am I doing? I'm being carried away because we don't want to make it again. All we're going to do is, so it doesn't look clean, or so it does look clean, we're just going to duplicate this layer and then move it across. So it doesn't need to be perfectly matched, but I think that's like basically where it is. So now we have our two hearts. You see, if we remove this, these are our two hearts nicely against each other. We might slightly go to our brush, just clean up this edge right here, and we might also clean up this edge right here. Oh wait, no, this edge right here, here it is. And come on, clean it up, clean it up. Oh, it's because I'm on the wrong layer. Never mind, that's why it's not doing it. There we go. And then we can bring it back, and everything's tickety-boo, because now we're going to have this outline. Now, you see with Knockout City, they have this, like, fade. It gradually fades out into... I meant to click on it. It gradually fades, which is different than what other stuff does, but we don't really care about it. We just want to be kind of on top of it. I'm going to create another layer again. I know, who'd have thought it. And then what we're going to do is we're going to drag... like, we can follow, so obviously, wait, let me bring out my black. So we could over here, but I've done this video so many times because it kept on crashing, and I still can't do it. We could follow like it perfectly, so we could, this could be our box area. We could go a bit higher, could go like this, and then in. We could go here, back in. It's really up to you. Personally, I find it's really easy to make it too big. So what we are going to do is we're actually going to go from here, and we might go. I don't know. We might actually follow what it is. We might actually go something like this. Actually, tell you what, we're going to keep it nice and simple. We're going to go from here, and we're going to end up around here. Okay, so once you've made your box, all you're going to do is you're going to go to this tool over here, select like the inside of the box, then you go to the gradient tool, and we're going to drag from here, nicely outside to here. So this could create a nice little gradient, like what we have here. Now we see it kind of does go underneath, so we're going to actually like add a bit more, just so it's a bit thicker, and that's kind of what we want to happen. Now, once we've done this, what I'm tempted to do is I kind of don't... Wait, I didn't mean to click undo. I'm just too used to undoing my stuff. Is I don't entirely like Control-Shift-A to unselect everything. I don't really like this outside blocks. The easiest way to do it would just be to click on these guys and just go to delete and then do that. Now there's for some reason it doesn't like doing this bit, so we're just going to go through and unselect it, because at the bottom here, now we see if we remove this, it's kind of looking quite crisp. We go make sure these are all unselected. We don't want anything bad on our thing. We want our thing to look as clean as possible. So we're going to delete all of these and make sure everything's deleted, just like that. And now it's looking quite crisp. Except you see our hearts, they need to be transparent so we can see them. So what we're going to do is let's go back down. We're going to go here. We're going to merge with layer below. We're going to merge with the layer below. So now everything's on the same layer. You can see I can make a nice little hole there. And all we're going to do, we're going to back to our select. I'm literally just going to hold backspace so it deletes it. Select here, hold backspace so it deletes it. And now we have the starts of our overlay. Not really the starts, we're quite far into it now. We're going to Control Shift A. We're going to clean up all of this random debris that somehow managed to find its way out here. Hopefully there's nothing else. We can have a look around. But no, it looks like there's nothing else around. That's nice. So we're going to drag over to here. And now the next thing is going to add a name. We're going to add another layer. It's not necessary. It's just because we can. Then the guy's name's robo_Seth. I feel white would work well. Obviously, if you have another color scheme, use it. Do whatever you want. Border comp, this is what Knockout City actually use. I think that looks quite clean. We're going to make it slightly smaller up here. Obviously, we can add other stuff to it if you really want to. We might slightly tilt it so it's with like the top of this thing. We could also fade out the top. We might do something with the top here, but for now that's fine. We could also go to layer style, go to stroke. We'll turn that on. We're going to turn the opacity up to match. We're going to go to normal, and we're just going to lower the size slightly down. So now he has a slight outline on his name, and then we can fiddle about with his name as much as we want. For some reason, I know it's just not doing it for me. We might make it a bit bigger, put it like down here. Oh, not that. Hopefully that will look clean. Yeah, I kind of like that. It might be a bit too big, but bro, I've got to make a decision. This video shouldn't be me just like sizing this. So now we've got our overlay down here. We still might do something with the top here, but what we've got first is the Robo here. He's like channel thing is he has this Danny Phantom guy, Danny Phantom flying right. So he first of all told me search this. I said, what do you want on it? If you want to add anything else, you could just leave it like that. He said this thing, this picture. I didn't like this one. I think this is going to be not as good to add as this. I really like this one, so we're just going to save the image. We're going to save it. It's already here since we've done this a few times this video. We're then going to zoom all the way out. Going to go make it smaller, just like that. We're then going to remove the outline, hold backspace again. We're just going to make this smaller. Just like this, and then we're going to zoom into here. Now we could line him up like on top here. We could leave it like that. I think that's a bit too big actually. Obviously we don't want this take up too much of the screen. We could have it. I do like the idea of him like laying against the edge of the screen, just like that. That might be quite sick. We might try and do something here with where he rests. But for now, obviously you can go more in detail. You can add loads of effects to this. But for now, this is going to be our final overlay right here. To export it, what you want to make sure is that what on earth just happened there? How do I actually do this? Let me press Control Z. No idea what I pressed. I must have pressed something. So now we have everything lined up. We see if we turn back on our thing, this is what it's going to look like. It's going to look like Robo Seth. If we actually add the entire screenshot again, so we can see what it's going to look like on the actual thing, we're just going to get the screenshot. Just going to drag it all the way over to here. Come on, lock on. There we go. And there we go. It looks like robo_Seth. We need to move this underneath the paint layout. Like, where's our overlay thing on? And there we go. That is what it would look like. It would look like robo_Seth. We can tidy these up a bit. You can use your brush tool, make it nice and small if you really want to. Make sure these aren't all here. But it's too much detail for now. We're just gonna nicely get. Where's my mouse gone? I've lost it. There it is. This is what it's going to look like. It looks quite clean for now. It merges with everything. It looks quite clean. Robo_Seth. Don't worry about animating it. We're just going to remove everything, and we're just going to export this transparent file. Make sure the background's transparent. Going to click export. Hopefully this doesn't come up with anything dodgy. Wherever you want it, Twitch, I know, overlay. Overlay like here. We might as well do it. We want to make sure it's a PNG, so we'll put robo_Robo.png will do fine. We all know what it is. Really, just I always put it on the largest file size because we want the best quality. Make sure transparency is on. Then click OK. And then all you're going to do is, once you've got this file, you're going to add it onto your overlay on Twitch. This is obviously, whether you use OBS, whether you use something else, it's for your, you can add it yourself. You just chuck it on top. It will hopefully line up perfectly. If you're using your video editing software, just literally put the PNG over the top, and it really should just go over your hearts, and that will really just add another layer. People will see your video, they'll be like, huh, this guy, he obviously knows what he's doing. He has his own overlay. It will look sick. So I'll export this. I'll send it to Robo. And yeah, if you have any questions, hit me with them down below. This, obviously, if you somehow watch this video and you don't actually want to make an overlay, I'm not sure why. Yeah, we making this video purely because I've had questions before. I keep on having questions in my stream. How do I make this overlay? How do I make your overlay? And this is me just answering them. So yeah, hopefully you've enjoyed. Yeah, obviously you can do so much more. And peace.